Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Noodle Legs Horror House channel here, and this is once again we are returning to Atomfall. Now I've done a couple more videos obviously since my first one. Obviously the second one was a bit hit and miss because we went into a bunker and we got absolutely obliterated by these alien creatures in there. I am not ready for those yet obviously because I'm still quite new to the game. It says there's a DLC here. What is this? Oh, it's a Dulux pack. Yeah, we don't want that because all you get is a melee weapon, some loot, and a recipe, and that's £20. I don't think so. Yeah, and in the last video we ended up in the village, didn't we? And that's where we still are at the moment, in the village, which is really cool.
That we don't all have scurvy on this diet.
Right, so let's just get up to date with what's going on. Investigate the bakery is something I want to be doing. Talk to Iris in the village bakery about her husband's illness. I've been thinking about what you said. Your words were vicious, but I won't return the favour. Instead, I'm writing to beg you. My poor Philip isn't himself, it's true, but he's no danger to anyone. I know his illness. Please don't tell anyone, Philip. You know what I mean. Okay, I'm gonna pop that on as a lead because I want to do that. You won't play with a gorilla, would you? So don't play with the robots.
I don't know why the locals act like that. We're protecting them, the bloody ungrateful swine.
I miss seeing John Mills' pictures.
Do as you're told, right?
So, are we actually going back to the bakery? Yes, we are. Right. So we've spoken to the lady. Let's go upstairs. Is her husband up here? Yeah, we don't need those. We've got loads of them. Requires the bedroom key. I wonder where we'll get the bedroom key. So she's sleeping in here, and she's got her husband locked up in that room. I'll take the brandy. Right, so we need the key. Iris, of course I've looked after the bakery for a spell. But I bring the broth over to your fella too, a hearty meal. I won't dare ask who, what that you have to the castle feel. Just make sure the soldiers don't spot it. Captain Sims suggested that they investigate the Winton Village bakery, and he believes that the baker's up to something. He wants me to report back to him with any evidence. Right, so we'll do that. We can't get in there because there's some sort of key. Unless... So can we speak to her again?
Did you want something?
I found a letter that mentions your husband is ill. What's up with him?
What? You know that he's... Doesn't really matter how you know, does it? Look, I'll talk, but only to show you I'm doing nothing wrong. You have to keep quiet about this, please. Me husband, Philip, he went off exploring with one of his pals. Bloody fools, the pair of them. He said they were poking around in an old bunker and walked into a cloud of funny glowing spores or something. And he told me he started hearing voices. He says the voices hurt him. Whatever it was, it made him awful ill. He's not getting any better. Just a bit worse every day.
Where is your husband now? Do you know? Yeah, we've already found that.
He's upstairs, locked away, safe and sound, and not doing anything to hurt nobody. You know, we've had one mite of luck. Came by a special tonic, which does something to settle the voices in his head and keep the infection down. At least, while we can get it, it does. But look, what's your interest in all this? No, please, just put yourself in my shoes, I beg you. Don't give him up to the soldiers. Just... forget I told you all that, eh? Let's just forget it all happened and do some business.
What has she got? Lousy craft burn salve. I wouldn't mind that. Let's do some trading with her. What have we got?
I've got plenty.
What else does she want? Oh, actually, I want that back, so... Surely that's enough. Okay, so we want to go... I want that. I'm going to give her one of these, that, and the tea. Is that enough? Trade too heavily in your favour. Okay, well, we won't be trading with you then, because...
I know.
I'm going to report that back. She doesn't want me to report it, but I'm going to. Right, so why aren't we tracing that?
Hands away from any weapons, you.
Is he in here? I think he was, wasn't he?
Report anything suspicious you find, and we can see about perhaps coming to terms, you and I. Yes, what is it? Infected? You mean to say contaminated by that vile blue muck? And she would keep him hidden and endanger the whole village? Good Lord. I'll send someone over immediately. Now do you see why this place is under military discipline? I fought rebels in the Malayan jungle, and let me tell you, that was positively genteel in comparison to this wretched village. You can hardly call them English hereabouts anymore. Something in the land here is corrupting them all. You've done the right thing coming to me. It's vital this sort of thing's nipped in the bud before it spreads.
Okay, protocol keeps the peace in the village. I'm happy to help. It felt right to tell you about the situation. I've helped you now. What can protocol do for me?
I'm delighted to hear it. Your assistance is appreciated. I shan't forget it. I'm willing to extend the hand of friendship to you, which would include giving you access to our camp at Skethermore. With us on the same side, if a chance for leaving this zone comes, I can promise you a good chance of seeing the outside. To be blunt, as a stranger, you're in a perfect position to help me with a delicate matter.
If you can offer me an escape, then I'll help, perhaps. But what is the matter needed from me?
We recently arrested a certain Dr. Garrow, one of the scientists from the research site. She contrived to escape the zone before the walls went up, but rather unexpectedly returned as part of a military convoy. More fool her. Dr. Garrow is dangerous, very clever, and egotistical enough to believe herself a magnitude cleverer yet. She's refused to tell us anything, and I refuse to stoop to Gestapo methods to force her. But a new face like yours, well, perhaps she'll talk to a stranger who plainly isn't beholden to the protocol.
Where is she now?
We're holding her in our prison. When Garrow arrived, she demonstrated an ability to meddle with the barred machinery we've commandeered. Specifically, she disabled our camp's automatic security system and began to poke around where she wasn't welcome. It was an hour before we found her, trying to get access to one of the old barred bunkers. Who knows what damage she might have caused had she found a way inside. She left us no choice but to take her into custody, isolated in solitary confinement, where she can't play her tricks. My men claim she muttered some incantation, and that caused the gun turrets to shut off. I don't believe in such nonsense as magic.
Why is he
When she was
shouting?
captured, all they found on her was a broken radio. And now I don't know what to think. So you see, I need to know how she did it. What trick she uses to disable our machines. I trust you'll do your best. Our arrangement will depend on your success, naturally. Here, this pass will give you free passage throughout the Skethamore camp. The soldiers on guard will allow you into the prison section, too. All the way to Garrow's cell. Learn what you can and return here. Be sure to report to me in person. But be warned. One hint of betrayal, and that pass will not save you. I hope I make myself clear. Good day to you. Stay out of trouble, eh?
Okay, so now I've got the pass. That hopefully that will get me into the interchange. But just follow this link. So she's right over there. Okay. Is there a back way out of here? Let's have a little look here. What we got here? Well, I've got the recipe for free anyway. The one that I was trying to trade for the woman. Right, let's have a look there, because we've got a couple of crafting skills here. So, what have we got now? Okay, well, we're going to do that in a second. Required June's key. Everything requires a key. Chest key. We'll have the ammo. We'll have the ammo.
Not sure I like the look of you.
Thank you. Not sure I like the look of you, pal.
Citizens of Wyndham, we cannot guarantee your safety beyond the village palings. Do you have a good reason to leave the village?
We've not been in the pub yet, have we? I don't think.
Not sure I like the look of you.
Don't like the look of you, pal. Let's have a look in the pub.
A new customer. How do? Not often we're seeing new faces here. My name's Alf Buckshaw. Welcome to what's likely the last pub in Cumberland.
It sounds like a
Such as
Geordie.
it is. Now, what can I do for you?
What are you offering?
Fountains of beer, dancing girls, and the finest cuisine in the land. Well, we've got some beer. And I found a pickled onion in a jar in the back of the cupboard. Seriously, mind, I can get me hands on things. Some pretty hard to find things at that. Feeling that, I can offer conversation. No gossip, mind you. Get locked up for gossip these days. I suppose I might be able to help a friendly traveller out. What sort of gear did you have in mind?
duh, 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 duh.
Aye. Well, look. There's ways and means. The old government bunkers, the ones they reckon were secret. Like anything stays secret round here for long. If it's special gear you want, have a poke round in any bunker you find. I've heard there's some grand doings to be had in them, but watch yourself. Few of them are safe. You let me know if there's aught else I can help you with. Well, after it all went to cock and we got quarantined, London started sending in soldiers. To start with, folk were happy to see them. But after a while, it turned out there was bugger all they could do to help. When they found out they weren't being let back through the wall again, well, it got nasty. Plenty round here, I reckon. It's what it would have been like if the Nazis had invaded after all. Of course, you didn't hear that from me, all right? Who knows what them boffins were up to? But I don't think that atom plant going pop was part of the plan, do you? Or at least they told us it were an atom plant. So where are all the atoms, eh? I've heard a thing or two about radioactiveness. And by all rights, none of us should be standing here. Anyhow, I shouldn't be gossiping about this stuff.
Let's see what he's got to trade. Small vial of ethanol. He's got nothing I want.
See you around.
Right. Got a Cornish pasty. I've got bread. But I fancy that. So I eat that. Towel. Water. A tin can.
Nothing, mind.
We started off right by shooting some troublemakers. Shame we can't do that again. There are a few locals left as it is.
Hands away from any weapons, you.
Just stop talking down to me, these soldiers. Well, there's nothing up here, I don't think. Apart from a comic book, Captain Condor. Right, so we're back outside. So now I've got to pass around the village. So I think when I go into places now, I won't be down as trespassing. So let's have a little look up here.
Do you have a good reason to leave the village?
There! Spotted you! Steady now, no sudden moves. Over there! Eyes open, something's out there. So, did I scare him off?
So where am I meant to be going in? Where's this? Let's have a look on the map. So is this where I'm meant to be going? No. So I need to be going around the other side of this. Alright. Keep your hands away from any weapons, you.
Citizens of Wyndham, remember that your village is one of the few remaining bastions of normality within the zone. Keep it that way. Be normal.
Just like every other.
Citizens of Wyndham, there has been an increase in outlaw activity on Slatterdale. Avoid Slatterdale until the area is once again declared safe.
If you just let us have a crack at the outlaws around here, we...
Hey? Don't know the password, do you? Ha! Thought as much. And keep running.
Don't be causing trouble, alright?
So, are we going the right way? Let's have a look.
Citizens of Wyndham,
Yeah.
if you or any of your friends or family show signs of corruption,
So there's a prison.
you are leaving Wyndham, and the quarantine protocol is no longer responsible for your safety. If you approach any military areas in the area, you will be presumed to have
Keep your nose clean.
Okay. I've been told that while wandering around relative protocol camps, facilities, given rules are off limits and anyone without permission. If I trespass into protocol territory, they're likely to shoot on sight. Yeah, but I'm looking for this prison. Respect the protocol. Whoa. What's going on here? Look.
Hello. I've not seen you before, have I? Welcome. Right, I've got a quick question for you. It might seem a bit blunt, but I've learned to avoid confusion later. You're
Liverpool
not going to try
accent?
and kill me, are you?
No, far from it.
Excellent answer. I can see we're going to get along like an house on fire. You're new around here, aren't you? Bootsy never forgets your face. And I haven't seen yours before. And you're not in uniform, which means you're not one of us army lads.
No, but I'm willing to serve wherever I needed. No problem. I didn't come here to interrogate. And you're not in uniform, which means you're not one of the army lot. Okay.
Protocol now, that's what we go by. Well, this region you're in is our land for a start. We took over an old RAF place. Good and secure. We see off any threats from there. Take warning now. Outlaws have tried it on in the past. And it's made the patrols here in Skedamore a bit trigger happy. If you plans to wander about, be careful. Soldiers won't tell you from the next bugger, and they'll shoot before they ask. Now then, if it's supplies you're after, then Bootsy's your man. I'm Corporal Bootsy, by the way. Hello. I can get my hands on stuff for trade that the folks in the village can't.
Okay. What's he got? Let's have a look. There's crafting combat stims. Why can't I take one of them?
See you around, chum.
Right, let's have a look at this. So I've learnt a new crafting skill. Oh, yeah.
Do not trust Captain Sims. The protocol was enacted for the good of the country at large, not the quarantined area. If necessary, the quarantined area will be sacrificed.
Okay. So I think the prison is up here. Oh shit. Okay, don't go that way, Joff. It's a minefield. Fucking made me jump.
The protocol was enacted for the good of the country at large, not the quarantined area. If necessary, the quarantined area will be sacrificed.
Yeah, well, we got that message, so... Okay, we've got to find a different way then. I'm not going near those plants.
Our office doesn't give a damn for us. When I get out of here, I'm going up to Whitehall to break a few noses.
Keep the peace, Civvy.
This is a defense announcement. Be aware that there have been thefts from the food store. This constitutes looting and is punishable by death.
The protocol camp.
All the time I've been stuck here, I haven't once seen a good, honest thunderstorm. Those scientists broke the weather somehow.
These are armory key. Toilet. Okay. See him taking the piss over there. Vehicles. Hello? Okay, so we're in the prison. Want you to question Dr. Garrow, isn't it? Let's do a quick little save here, just in case it all goes pear-shaped. Supplies. Administration.
Not sure I like the look of you.
Okay, I was only coming to ask you a question, mate. Right, we've got enough now to craft that other thing that we got, haven't we? Backpacks for. What can we lose? This something to eat. Now we can see if we can craft that. No, that.
All guards are reminded that any disciplinary meetings must be reported either on an A27 form before the event or an A27B after the event. Make a special note of subject, severity, and duration.
So I believe Dr. Garrow's a female. She might be downstairs.
All prisoners are reminded that the guards are permitted to use lethal force against escapees. Due to ammunition usage restrictions, this usually means being bayoneted. Ask yourself, is trying to dodge justice worth a bayonet in the ribs?
Keep it civilized. No troublemakers.
All prisoners, you are here because you failed your community. Learn your lesson, do your time, and become a better person. All guards are reminded that fraternizing with the prisoners is forbidden and subject to martial discipline. Remain professional at
It's a World
all
Cup this
times.
year, isn't it? Sure it is. Home England nabbed it.
So we've got a skill point now. What shall we use that on? What have we got? Melee attacks, thick skin, reduce damage from melee attacks. Defeat an enemy with melee combat grants melee damage buff. Okay. Increase the stagger. Heart rate raises. Lower health regeneration. Faster restore my health. Increase maximum amount of health. So I can only use it on weapon throwing and staggering. So I'm going to not use it yet.
Orders be brought.
Right. So she's over that way. So this, what we've got here, we can't take that. Okay, so we'll squeeze back through. So she must be in the lower floor. We've got the security key.
We're getting nothing done here.
Prisoners are reminded
Don't be causing trouble, all right?
Alright.
force against escapees. Due to ammunition usage restrictions, this usually means being bayoneted. Ask yourself, is trying to dodge justice worth the bayonets in the wind?
Where on earth are they keeping her? And there she is. So what we're going to do, save the video. And end the video. So next time we will interview Dr. Garrow. Cheers guys.